Hey everybody, Tanya from Colorado here, and I'm the founder of Advance with Tanya, and I teach network marketers how to go from an offline strategy of building their business to an online strategy. If you're hopping on, would love for you to drop your name and where you're from in the comments so that I can get to know you a little bit better. I'm going to share a personal experience with you. So this morning I actually had a pretty negative experience. I woke up to a nasty comment that was about me personally on one of the videos that I've done for training. It was clear from the comment that the person is a toxic person who just wants other people to be as miserable as they are. But it did get me thinking about how you deal with toxic people. So I started to do some research, and did you know that there's a group of psychologists in Germany who actually did a study and discovered that exposure to toxic people produces a massive stress response in your brain. And the study also showed that top income producers have learned how to control their emotional response to the stress that's produced when they deal with toxic people. And I've had quite a few 6 and 7 earner mentors in my life through network marketing, as well as through corporate when I was there, as well as small business owners when I owned a gym. And all of them, like if I think about all of them, they all have several things in common. So I thought I'd boil it down to the top 6 things that I see and the way that they handle negative people in different ways than people who aren't top producers. So number 1, they set limits. So when dealing with complaining, top producers will only listen to the complaining for so long. And one way to do that is to redirect the person and ask them what solutions they've come up with for the problems that they've presented during the discussion. This will do one of 2 things. Either it'll redirect the person's thought process into solutions and thinking about how they can fix things, or they're probably just going to go quiet because they'd rather just complain. They don't really want to think about solutions. So the first thing is they set limits. The second thing is they pick their battles. Top producers know that not every battle has to be fought. Not every argument has to be fought. It's kind of like when you have a husband or wife, same thing, right? Not every argument has to be fought. Sometimes it's just better to walk away. And I know for me personally, I actually use a number scale system, which sounds kind of weird, but if it's on, it's a scale of 1 to 10. And if the argument that we're in is between 1 and 6, it's just not that important in the big picture, and I'm going to walk away. If the argument is a 7 through 10, then I might engage, I might dig my heels in, and I might really go for it. But I get to make a judgment call. It just gives me a way to kind of step back and think about how important is this argument to me, and do I really need to engage in it? So number 2 is they pick their battles. And number 3 is they rise above. So most of the time, taking the high road is the way to go, because honestly, it's just better for your mental health at the end of the day if you don't let people drag you into their drama. So for example, this morning, I could have gotten into a comment battle with that guy and just completely freaked out, but instead I just decided to delete and move on, because in the big picture of things, it just wasn't that important to me. So they rise above. And number 4 is they don't focus on their problems or on the problems, they focus on the solutions. So instead of focusing on how difficult a person is to deal with or how annoying they are, they instead focus on what are the best ways to deal with somebody. What are ways that they can, work with somebody. And this helps because it switches your brain from focusing on the problems and making the problem bigger to focusing on the solution and giving your brain the illusion that there's a little more control in the situation, and that helps reduce your stress. So they focus on the solutions instead of the problems. Number 5 is that they don't let other people's opinions steal their joy. So when high performers really believe in what they're doing, they really don't care what other people think about them or what it is that they're doing. And as long as other people's opinions are super important to you, it's going to be really hard for you to master your happiness, because you're always looking for outside validations instead of really believing in what it is that you do. So that's number 5. And number 6, they don't forget, which sounds kind of weird, but while forgiving somebody is super important if they've attacked you, that doesn't mean that you have to forget that they did it. And in fact, as important as forgiving somebody is also protecting yourself against future attacks by somebody who's toxic. So I see a couple of people have jumped on. Hi guys, good to see you. What I'd love from you right now is to drop some ideas in the comments that you have on how to deal with toxic people, because I'm always looking for new ideas on how to deal with things. So if you have some ideas, if you have some thoughts on the topic, I would absolutely love to hear your comments. So go ahead and drop some comments in there. And sorry about my dog in the background. That's it for today. If you found value in this, I'd appreciate you liking and sharing it. And if you want to learn more about online marketing, check out the 10-day free bootcamp in the description. Thanks for joining and good luck with your prospecting.